Hey everybody, and welcome to this special on the summer solstice. So I'm going to talk about the science, the astrology, the esoteric meaning, the spiritual meaning. This is time-stamped, so check out the timestamp if you want to skip to any section. I'm also going to talk about what the summer solstice means for all the 12 sun, moon and rising signs as well. So yeah, I'm just going to jump right in it from the beginning. So yeah, the summer solstice happens each year. It's the longest day of the year and the shortest period of nighttime darkness. So this happens because the Earth's actual tilt, which makes the sun's rays fall directly on the Tropic of Cancer at the time of the summer solstice. So talk more about the science in a while. So in astrology, the summer solstice holds great significance as it represents a time of celebration and reflection. It serves as a reminder to appreciate the warmth and light in our lives and to focus on cultivating, growing, developing more joy and abundance in all areas of our life. So yeah, astrologically it's a time to embrace the energy of the sun and allow it to nourish your soul, higher consciousness, encouraging personal, spiritual and psychological growth and development. This year's summer solstice is happening on the 21st of June at 3:58 British summer time. So now I'm going to talk about everything you need to know about the longest day of the year. So it's a time when we can finally enjoy some extra sunshine and warmth, and you know, who doesn't love a good dose of vitamin D? But let's get real, the extra daylight also means we have more time to get ourselves into trouble. So don't act like you've never impulsively decided to pull it all-nighter just because it was still bright at like 9 p.m. outside. And let's not forget about the fashion implications of the summer solstice. So it's officially time to whip out those shorts and crop top tops or whatever your style is. Even if you haven't hit the gym since the last summer solstice, who cares if you got that little bit of extra jiggle? You know, it's hot out and you deserve to feel comfortable, whether it's walking on the streets, going out socialising with your friends, or just lounging in your own back garden. And you know, it's the perfect time to sew off that neon green bathing suit or any other brightly coloured item that you probably just bought on a whim and probably would never wear again. You know, we've all got those items that, you know, we only wear at summer. So yeah, the June solstice is also referred to the summer solstice. It takes place in the northern hemisphere about the 20th to the 22nd of June, when the sun follows its furthest northerly trajectory in the sky. This event basically lets us know that it's summer from an astronomical perspective in the northern region of the world. The summer solstice is also known for its extended daylight hours, shorter nights, and being the longest day of the year. And as I said, sometimes it starts on the 20th of June, 21st, or sometimes the 22nd. It all depends on the sunrises and sunsets. And because the Earth's elliptical orbit around the sun causes a slight fluctuation in the orbital speed throughout the year, and because of the fluctuation in the Earth's orbital speed, this is why the dates of the summer solstice change each year depending on the sunrises and sunset. So to break it down for you more in a way that even the sunflowers can understand, solstice, my dear friends, is a fancy word derived from Latin, so sol meaning sun and sister meaning standstill. So yes, see how simple that was. So all that means is that from our perspective on Earth, the sun appears to stand still, and this is when, you know, daylight madness comes in. And in the northern hemisphere, this is how we get the longest daytime, but in the southern hemisphere it kind of sucks to be them, because you know, their nights get longer and their days get shorter. But when we're celebrating winter in the northern hemisphere, they're celebrating summer in the southern hemisphere, so it sucks to be us when they're having summer and we're having winter. So you know, it's all about the balance. So depending on Mother Earth's mood swings, as I said, the summer solstice happens between the 20th and the 22nd of June in the northern hemisphere. And although, you know, it is always the longest day of the year, it's not always the hottest day of the year. Sorry to burst your bubble. So yeah, and suppose if you are wondering, why do we even bother to celebrate the solstice? Well, it's because throughout the cultures across the world, archaeologists have dug up many things, and it was celebrated by a lot of people, whether it be in England, Brazil, ancient Egyptians, Mayans, and I'll talk a bit more about those later. So these cultures believe that the summer solstice was a time of spiritual significance, a time to celebrate life, fertility and abundance. So yeah, at the time of the summer solstice, the sun appears to be standing still, but life around us is always moving. Summer solstice is a time of growth, rejuvenation. It's a time to shed old skin, old habits, and embrace new things. Taking a cue from nature, spiritually, it reminds us that although life may not be ideal for you right now, you can still shine and bloom where you've been planted, even if it's not the place, the country, the location you really want to be. It reminds us to just, shine, and it also shines the light on the things we need to let go of and the things that we need to work towards as well. And who knows, maybe you'll be inspired to write your own solstice sonnet, poem, or dance to your own beat under the solstice. Sun and moon, the possibilities are endless when you're living life in full bloom. So yeah, now I'm going to talk a bit more about the science of the summer solstice. The summer solstice is significant in the astronomical calendar because it marks the longest day of the year and officially the start of summer in the northern hemisphere. It's been celebrated by cultures throughout history for its spiritual and symbolic meaning, from Stonehenge to Machu Picchu. Ancient civilizations have built monuments to mark the solstice and celebrate its significance, and today people still visit these historical sites to mark the occasion and witness and celebrate the summer solstice. But what actually happens at the summer solstice and why is it so important? So yeah, the summer solstice marks the beginning of the summer in the northern hemisphere and the winter in the southern hemisphere. The sun also goes out of bounds at the time of the summer solstice for 12 hours of the day. So out of bounds in astrology in simple terms means when the sun or the moon or any other planet like Pluto, Neptune and Venus go beyond 23.7 degrees north or south of the equator. So the ecliptic in astrology is the imaginary line that marks the sun's movement in the sky, and when planets go beyond 23.7 degrees north or south of the equator, this means that they can become unpredictable. They bring a heightened sense of individuality and self-expression. So during the 12 hours the sun is out of bounds, people may become a bit emotionally unstable and relationships may become rocky as well, because people may want to do their own thing, be more assertive, cross over people's boundaries and stuff like that. So when the sun comes out of bounds, then things may go back normal, but whatever happens during those 12 hours, see it as a sign of the events that you need to work on over the next 12 months until the next summer solstice, of making changes, whether that be in the relationship area of your life, professional relationship, or personal development area of your life. So for 12 hours on the day of the summer solstice, the sun is above the Tropic of Cancer, which is the northernmost point of the earth where the sun can shine directly overhead. So this is why it's the longest day, because it's the furthest away, and then it takes longer for the sun to set and for nighttime to come, basically. So yeah, the summer solstice happens twice a year, once in the northern hemisphere and the other in the southern. For those living within the Arctic Circle in the Northern Hemisphere, this happens between the 20th and 22nd of June each year. For those living in the Antarctic Circle in the Southern Hemisphere, the summer solstice happens between the 20th and 22nd of December, which also marks the dates of the winter solstice and the start of winter in the Northern Hemisphere. As well as the sun going out of bounds for 12 hours during the summer solstice, the Earth also reaches its maximum actual tilt towards the sun at around 23.44 degrees, and in contrast the sun experiences declination of 23.44 from the celestial equator. So the tilt of the Earth's axis and the sun's declination play a crucial role in determining the distribution of sunlight across the planet, influencing and seasonal changes and variations in climate patterns. So the Earth's maximum actual tilt towards the Sun refers to the angle which the Earth's axis is tilted in relation to the Sun, and this angle changes throughout the year due to the Earth's orbit around the Sun. So this is why we get autumn, summer and spring. This is all, because of this tilt. And the Sun's rising and setting times across the world change because of the Earth's actual tilt, and this is why we have different, the sun sets and rises different times in different countries and stuff like that. There's more to it, but in purpose of this, that's all we need to know here. Also, as the sun's route changes in the sky, the sun's path during the summer solstice also appears to be moving in the opposite reverse direction over the course of the year. So the sun's movement moves in sort of like a figure of 8 pattern, which is also known as an analemma, A-N-A-L-E-M-M-A. And it's important to note that the sun itself actually remains stationary, so it's not moving except for its orbit around the Milky Way galaxy. The change in the sun's position in the sky that we observe, perceive from Earth, is because of the Earth's actual tilt as it orbits the sun, as well as the Earth's elliptical orbit rather than a circular one. So these events offer a constant reminder of the Earth's dynamic relationship with the sun and the ever-changing nature of our planet's position in the solar system. And the increase in daylight hours can have many positive effects on nature, including the acceleration of plant growth via photosynthesis. People and animals can spend longer time outdoors as well, as many research has shown that having more sunlight exposure can boost our general mood, especially our psychological and emotional health as well. But as the shifting seasons and daylight hours can also have negative consequences, such as extreme weather conditions and disruption in our ecosystems, like we're seeing a lot of out of control fires and different changes in the climate and animals and stuff as well. So the summer solstice, as well as the winter and other astronomical things that the sun and the planets do, such as the sun changing its different sunset and rising times, help us observe and study these patterns so we can understand our planet's place in the cosmos a bit more and better come up with strategies so we can coexist better with our dynamic surroundings. So the key points to remember about the summer solstice is that it marks the beginning of summer, and it's the moment when the sun reaches its highest point in the sky at noon. Due to this fact, the Earth's axis is tilted towards the sun. The amount of daylight we experience on the summer solstice is longer than any other day of the year. However, on the flip side, this also means that the night will be shorter than any other night of the year. In some locations, such as the Antarctic Circle, there may not be any night during the summer solstice. Following the summer solstice, the sun appears to alter its course and travel in an opposite reverse direction. So and this apparent reversal of the sun's direction happens at the same time each day, depending on where you live, until when the winter solstice happens and the sun changes its direction, or that's the way it seems to us from Earth. And because the sun's path is always changing throughout the year, this is why we say that the sun's movement resembles a flattened figure of an analemma shape. As the sun goes one way, then it turns itself back on itself, and this resembles the number 8. So it's crucial to note also that the sun's physical location remains unchanged except for its orbit around the Milky Way galaxy, and instead this change in position that we observe on Earth is due to Earth's actual tilt as it revolves around the sun, as well as its elliptical orbit. So what is the Milky Way and what is the elliptical orbit? So the Milky Way is one heck of a galaxy, and just not the name of a white chocolate bar, if you like white chocolate. And I don't know if it's a UK thing, I think they may have it everywhere, but there was a little kid and he was called the Milky Way Kid, and he rode the horse in the advert. So anyway, so the Milky Way is a galaxy with billions of stars and a diameter of about 100 100,000 light years. So this baby is not messing around. In fact, it's estimated to have a mass of about 1 trillion times that of the sun. So, you know, that's what we call a heavyweight champion. The Milky Way is part of an exclusive club called the Local Group. So, you know, just think about the VIP section in the nightclub, which includes other galaxies like Andromeda and dozens of smaller galaxies. And the Milky Way has a stunning appearance in the night sky, and the band of stars and gas gives us something to look up at in awe and be like, wow. And the Milky Way is also home to some pretty cool astronomical objects like nebulae, star clusters and black holes. So as you can see, the Milky Way has got some serious cosmic game. So as you can see, the Milky Way has some serious cosmic game, and we call it the Milky Way because of its band of stars and gas, which gives it a visible kind of milky appearance in the night sky. And if that wasn't cool enough, our solar system even calls this galaxy home, as we, planet Earth, are located in the outer reaches of the Milky Way, about 25,000 light years away from the galactic centre, which sounds far away, but in astronomical terms is practically next door. So by studying the Milky Way, astronomers can gain a better understanding of the universe as a whole, kind of like how eating a Milky Way candy bar gives you a better understanding of how delicious nougat and caramel can be. So I think in other places the Milky Way may be nougat, but in the UK, like I said, it's just plain old white chocolate. So yeah, an elliptical orbit is like a cosmic dance between two objects in space. So just imagine two celestial bodies moving around together, but instead of a smooth and circular motion, they'll waltz into an elongated and non-circular beat. So yeah, a widened non-circular beat. And this dance is what we call an elliptical orbit, and the gravitational pull of the central body determines the shape of this path, while the object speed controls how far it swings out in its cosmic tango. So in terms of the sun, it does a figure of 8 sort of shape across the year. So this beautiful dance goes on for eons, every summer, winter, solstice, and it just keeps on going in terms of the sun. And obviously the earth has its own paths, and so does the moon and all the rest of the astrological bodies like Pluto, Neptune and Venus and stuff. And as the objects move throughout the sky, they go in their own paths, so any two objects don't trip over each other's feet or crash into oblivion. So it's beautiful because everything's sort of like moving, but they move in such a way that they never sort of cause kind of like, you know, cosmic smash up, which could happen one day, but so far it hasn't happened, although other objects in the galaxies do obviously crash into each other. So yeah, it's helpful to imagine everything in the sky doing its own little dance, and everything in the universe has its own sense of rhythm and movement. So yeah, the summer solstice is celebrated by many cultures around the world, as I said earlier, and it's seen as a time of renewal, awakening and the triumph of light over darkness, and it's linked to fertility, harvest and the power of the sun. From ancient Egypt to modern day Scandinavia, the solstice has been observed for thousands of years, and each culture has its own unique set of rituals and traditions. In northern countries such as Sweden and Finland, it's a time of celebrating nature and light, while in other traditions and cultures it's a time of feasting and opening up to spiritual renewal. In Sweden, for example, people gather around maypoles to dance and feast on heaven and new potatoes, while in China the summer solstice is celebrated with dragon boat races along rivers and lakes. So whether it's through bonfires, festivals or feasts, the summer solstice remains a powerful symbol of life, vitality and the unstoppable cycle of nature. So whether you prefer to mark this occasion with a modern festival, a more traditional ceremony or sort of ritual, spiritual ritual, which I'm going to talk more about later, the summer solstice serves to remind us of the vastness of our universe and our connection to its rhythms and cycles. It's a time to reflect on the changing seasons and how they impact our lives, and also a time to honour the sun and all that it provides for us. So for some, the solstice is also a time of personal renewal and growth. It presents an opportunity for introspection, setting intentions for the months ahead. So yeah, the increasing warmth of the sun brings not only longer days, but we are reminded to embrace life fully and take advantage of all that it has to offer, even if we've been hurt before or we're not in the place where we would like to be. The sun and its light reminds us that, if we just embrace life and are willing to learn from the lessons of our past, even in the times of darkness, there is always light waiting to emerge if we're, open to change, because the only thing that's constant in life is change. So whether you celebrate it with friends or family or spend the day alone in quiet contemplation, the summer solstice is a chance to connect with nature and appreciate the beauty and abundance of life around us. So now I'm going to talk more about the astrological, spiritual and esoteric meanings of the summer solstice. So yeah, in esoteric traditions, the summer solstice is a time for deep reflection and a time to connect with your inner self, discover hidden truths, explore the mysteries of nature and embrace the power of the universe. So yeah, astrologically, due to the precession of the equinox, the summer solstice happens when the sun is in the constellation of Gemini, the twins, which Mercury rules. The twin nature of Gemini encourages us to explore both sides of ourselves, the light and the dark, the yin and the yang, and to find harmony within us. In Western astrology, of course, the sun is in Cancer, but the actual position of the sun right now, when it's summer solstice, is actually in the constellation of Gemini. So just want you to know that, and then it will move into Cancer maybe in the next 50 to 100 years, then into Leo. So that's just the way the earth or the cookie crumbles right now. So yeah, it encourages us to explore both sides of ourselves, the light and the dark, the yin and the yang, the masculine and the feminine, and find harmony within ourselves between our personality traits we love to show off and the personality traits we hide because we're ashamed of them and stuff. So yeah, with Mercury as its ruler, Gemini energy reminds us to communicate more effectively and openly with those around us. So the astrological meaning of the summer solstice is rooted in the position of the sun as it reaches its highest point in the sky and creates the longest day of the year. And as the farmers look forward to the first harvests from the seeds that they planted in spring and plant more seeds for the autumn harvest, the summer solstice reminds us that it's a time to enjoy the warmth and abundance of the season and reflect on our own personal growth and transformation. Not only is it time to connect with nature, soak in the sun's energy and appreciate all that we have accomplished so far this year, it's also an ideal opportunity for quiet reflection and setting intentions for the coming autumn and winter seasons, as well as the coming spring next year, and so you can harvest them next year as well, using the cosmic forces to deepen your connection with your inner self and align with your authentic desires as well. Doing so allows you to tap into a powerful source of inspiration that can infuse your life with renewed purpose and direction. It's important to remember that the true magic and message of the summer solstice lies within yourself. By embracing your dualities and communicating authentically with yourself and others, you can harness the power of this celestial event to manifest growth and change in your life if you are prepared to do the hard work daily, just like the farmers plant their seeds and wait for the harvest. Day in and day out, you must work towards the intentions and your goals and the changes that you want to bring into your psychological, spiritual, physical and emotional lives as well. So yeah, you can use the energy of the solstice to shed any negative patterns or beliefs that no longer serve you and embrace new opportunities for personal and spiritual growth with an open mind and heart. And it is a powerful opportunity to continue and start the work of letting go of any limiting beliefs or negative behaviour patterns that are holding you back, and embracing, as I said earlier, both the light and dark aspects of yourself, doing all you can in a healthy, non-toxic ways, because we can all find balance in drink, drugs and alcohol, distractions, too much Netflixing and chilling. We can all do that, but then it goes, when we come down, the high goes. So finding natural ways to find that balance and harmony within. And spiritually, as I said, it's a time to not only self-reflection, but to have gratitude for the gifts that you will have bestowed upon you by the sun, because we all need food and the sun provides us with the energy to let the plants and grow, and the fruit and the veg and everything else grows, and also, gives us humans vitamin D to ensure the healthy running of our bodies as well. So, the sun provides us with sustenance and life, so giving gratitude for that. And even if you don't have all the things you want in life right now, just being grateful for the fact that you are alive, even though sometimes it is hard and you can think, oh, I don't want to be here, I've been there, we've all been there, and still there. But this is not to be blasé, but just the sun shining bright gives us the reminder that with perseverance the cycles always change, and if we're willing to do the hard work, we can change our lives as well. So in summary, with the longest day and the shortest night, the summer solstice wants us to embrace the darkness, because the light cannot exist without the darkness, and the darkness cannot exist without the light. How would we know the difference? So each moment of light shows us the potential for growth or decline. So it's up to us to embrace these cycles, knowing that the darkness provides the ground for the light and vice versa, and embracing the light and shadow selves of our own personalities can help us witness the beauty and balance in all things if we open ourselves to it. And because the sun reaches its highest point in the sky, casting strong rays of light and energy over the earth, this increased energy bridges the visible and invisible realms, allowing us to tap into our intuition and receive insights from the cosmic realm. This is why lots of people like to meditate at this time, as the veil between the physical and spiritual world can be thinner at this time. We're provided with an opportunity to align with our higher selves, gain clarity and set intentions for the new cycle of the year. The summer solstice reminds us to tap into our inner wisdom and trust our intuition as we navigate the unknown. By tuning into the energies of the sun peak, we can awaken our deeper insights and allow our soul's truth to guide us forward on our journey. So the summer solstice is not just a time for fun and sun, it's an opportunity to connect with cosmic energies that can increase our personal awareness and deepen our spiritual connection, and start our way on the journey for some of us, or continue, or just get us more in touch with our psychic kind of more higher consciousness side. So connecting with cosmic energies can help you unlock your full potential and increase a sense of well-being and connectedness with yourself, your own inner world, giving you information that can help you navigate your life's challenges with greater ease, understanding and grace. By engaging in practices such as meditation, yoga or other forms of self-discovery at the time of the summer solstice, you can tap into the limitless energy of the universe and unlock a whole new world of possibility and potential. It is also a good time to explore the mystical side of nature for those who are more spiritually inclined, are into all of that. It can be a time of spiritual awakening, a time to connect with the nature and universe in ways that are difficult to explain, but if you tap into it through meditation and other methods, you can feel it. And as you venture out into nature and allow yourself to open up to the mystical energies that surround you, you can take a moment to close your eyes and breathe in the fresh air, feel the earth beneath your feet and the sun on your face, allowing yourself to tune into the rhythms of nature, listen to the sounds of the forest, such as the birds and other animals, taking in the scents as you walk in, like I said, the woods or the forest, or even if you're just walking down the streets, or along a stream, paying attention to the rustling of the leaves, the chirping of the birds and the babbling of the water, as all of these things in nature have a story to tell. Let their or your own inner voice guide you and show you the hidden secrets of nature. So as you connect with the mystical energy around you, focus your mind on your breath and let go of any distractions or worries, or do your best to do so, because it can be hard. So imagine yourself becoming one with nature, feeling its power and wisdom flowing through you. And as you embrace the mystical side of your nature, you may discover new insights and perspectives that can help you on your spiritual journey. So whether you're seeking enlightenment, inner peace, or simply a deeper connection with the world around you or with yourself, the summer solstice is the perfect time to explore the magic of nature and let yourself be enchanted by the wonders of the natural world. allowing these energies to let you let go of things that no longer serve you, and thinking about the emotional baggage, psychological or spiritual baggage, limiting beliefs, fears, and other toxic patterns that if you let go of or continue doing the work, how doing this will let your life be more filled with beauty and nature and stability as well. Summer solstice provides us with an excellent opportunity to, start again and let go of what's weighing you down. Taking time to truly reflect on your personal goals and what you really want, and letting this period of transformation as we go from the spring into the summer serve as a catalyst for personal growth and positive change. So now I'm going to talk about the astrology, the aspects of the summer solstice on the 21st of June 2023. So the summer solstice happens when the moon's in Cancer, so this can increase emotional intensity because Cancer is a deeply emotional and nurturing sign that reminds us to connect with our inner selves and others on a more feeling level. So the moon's placement in Cancer during the summer solstice can increase our feelings of sensitivity, compassion, and our need to connect with other people. The moon being in Cancer brings the focus on self-care, nurturing ourselves, as well as strengthening our relationships with those we care about. The energy of the moon in Cancer can also help us tap into our intuition and emotions more, allowing us to gain insight into our own inner selves. So with the moon in Cancer, this can lead to deep and meaningful conversations that allow us to connect with others on a deeper level. Together with the sun in Gemini, this can create a powerful energy that encourages us to express ourselves and making this summer solstice a time of growth and personal discovery. So the sun is making a few aspects to the other planets during the summer solstice. These transiting aspects enhance the energy of the summer solstice, bringing about powerful vibrations that enhance the effects of the summer solstice. So the sun is making a semi-square to Venus. So as I said earlier, this adds to the sort of challenges that can happen in relationships as well, bringing instability. The semi-square aspect in astrology is when planets are apart by 45 degrees, so this can create difficulty in finding the balance that the summer solstice calls for between love and money, and also expressing affection clearly and effectively. While this transit has negative effects, it also gives the energy to reassess our relationships, often by bringing arguments into them so that we can make the necessary changes. And in some cases this may mean letting go of relationships, or just being honest so that you can have more authentic connections with others. The sun also makes a sextile to Jupiter. This transit increases, just the feeling of being in the right place at the right time, and other feelings of just luck. Jupiter is associated with expansion, growth and abundance. The sun represents our life force, vitality and self-expression. So when these two planets come into contact, there is a possibility of attracting abundance, new opportunities for good fortune. And the key to making the most of this energy is being open to the new possibilities, taking risks and tapping into the confidence that the sun here brings to us. And it's important to note that luck is not guaranteed, that you will still need to put in physical daily steps, as I said earlier, to bring these goals of yours into reality. But this energy promises us that with optimism and being open, that there's a good chance of success. The sun also makes a trine to Saturn, so this provides self-discipline and self-control, gives us the ability to stay more grounded despite what may be happening within us or in our external situations or relationships and stuff like that, providing supporting long-term plans and taking practical steps to reach your goals as well. also allowing us to be more disciplined in our approach to work, increasing our productivity and sense of responsibility. This can be with personal and professional goals. On the negative end, this can make us inflexible and just be like, I don't want to listen to your point of view, or I just want to have fun, don't want to do work today, and this can cause problems with your bosses or in your relationships as well. The best use of this energy is to use it to develop your skills and to sort of like change your routine in the ways that needs to be changed as well, so you can build a solid foundation and springboard lifestyle by changing your wellness habits, or the way you go about managing your emotional, spiritual and psychological health. Overall, the influence of the Sun making the trine to Saturn provides the determination and self-discipline needed to bring changes into your life. Also today, at the time of the summer solstice, the Sun, which is in the 6th Sabian degree of Gemini, which has the Sabian symbol of dealing for oil, which I talked more about earlier, and the square to Neptune can bring about confusion, make you feel like you want to stay in your comfort zone. Some of you may feel disconnected from your reality, or disconnect yourself from reality with drugs and alcohol and stuff. So although this energy is best used for spiritual growth and self-reflection, allowing us to see past illusions and connect more deeply within ourselves. That's the best use, and taking that time out to remain grounded, so doing meditation and stuff like that as well, which can help us uncover hidden truths and find clarity in confusing situations. But it can also make us feel so overwhelmed that we just want to run away from ourselves and life at the moment, so watch out for that. As well as the Sun's quincunx to Pluto, that also puts spanners in the work and bringing power struggles and tension between your urge for independence and your desire for security as well, because Pluto represents transformation, rebirth and power, and as I said, the Sun signifies the self, life force and personality. So when these two are in the quincunx, it puts the spotlight on the fact that if we want to reach our goals, we will have to change. And as I said, we don't like to change. We love our comfort zones in general as human beings, so this can bring restlessness and discomforts as we may be feeling like we're being pushed beyond our limits to transform and grow at this time, and we may just want to stay in our comfort zone, so it can be uncomfortable, so we may run into escapism. And with the Sun squaring Neptune as well, this can really be emphasised with the Sun making a quincunx to Pluto as well. So watch out for the power struggles, and although you may want to run from yourself, try not to do so. Also today, the Sun makes a quintile to Chiron, so this brings in the healing energy that's needed to overcome the negative effects of the Sun square Neptune and the Sun quincunx Pluto. So it gives us the energy to understand and heal our past wounds and find a new sense of purpose by going into ourselves and opening up to spiritual growth, and it provides us really with the chance to achieve a higher level of consciousness, so just looking at our problems in a different way that's more conducive, open to change and getting out of our comfort zone. And this energy really pushes us towards unlocking our hidden talents that we never knew that we have, or just looking at things from a new perspective. Also, the Sun sextile to the Moon's North Node as well also emphasises this connection to our sense of destiny, and the North Node represents our karmic path and indicates the soul lessons that we need to learn this lifetime. So with the Sun forming a sextile, it gives us that chance to align with our soul purpose. And even though some of the situations that brings us to our attention can be horrible, people leaving us or us figuring out that we need to leave our job or some relationships as well, but this energy provides us with the confidence and motivation to pursue our dreams and to take the risks, even if that means getting out of our comfort zone to sort of like achieve what we really want right now. The best use of all these transits is to use them to achieve a balance between our light and our dark, our masculine and feminine energies, our yin and our yang aspects of our personality. The Sun semi-square to Venus, which is currently separating, tells us that yes, there are going to be some tensions in our relationships, especially in the matters of love and money and pleasure. But if we are willing to, sort of like look at these from a different angle and be open to the lessons rather than getting stuck in what wants to leave us right now, being open to the positive developments in our careers and finances and personal growth that the Sun sextile to Jupiter brings us. And also the Sun's trying to Saturn right now gives us the strength needed to focus and be more disciplined and self-controlled, and to concentrate on important tasks and ignore sort of like being frivolous and escaping into drugs and alcohol, even though it can be hard as well. And the Sun square to Neptune, although amplifies the confusion and illusions and our need to escape, also provides the energy for us to tap into our spiritual and higher selves as well as the Sun sextile to the North Node and quintile to Chiron, what provides opportunities for growth and healing and just being open to a new way of being. Okay, so yeah, and now I'm going to talk about the Sabian symbols for the summer solstice. So, as mentioned earlier, Gemini is symbolised by the twins. It's a zodiac sign marked by an unquenchable thirst for knowledge and curiosity. It represents our ability to think and communicate effectively, as Gemini is associated in astrology with the element of air and intellect as well. So when the Sun's in Gemini, we can be more curious and have more of a desire for knowledge, driving us ultimately to seek out new information and explore new ideas. So yeah, Gemini energy also highlights the dual nature of human beings, as one side of the Gemini twin seeks ancient knowledge and power and meaningful relationships, while the other twin seeks living sources of strength and wisdom that's derived from celestial downpours of spiritual consciousness and love, as well as enjoying superficial gossiping and socializing. So yeah, the Sun's spiritual and esoteric meaning when it's in the 6th degree of Gemini is that we need to be more flexible in our thinking, and it gives us the chance to be more mentally adaptable as well, and being open to change. The Sabian symbol and the imagery dealing for oil represents our innate ability to search for truth and extract necessary information. So it's also necessary to keep in mind that this Sabian degree, the 6th degree of Gemini, rules the lower left preliminary lobe of the human body, of the lung, highlighting the connection between clear communication and our respiratory health, our breathing health. So yeah, the lower left pulmonary lobe is important as it's responsible for the smooth exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide during our respiration, our breathing. It is also the largest of the 5 lobes and divided into 2 sections, the superior and the inferior lobes. So in esoteric and spiritual circles, the Sun's position on this day is said to represent the search for inner strength and vitality, just like an oil drill digs deep into the ground to extract oil. We have to dig deep into ourselves through self-exploration and to find solutions to our problems, and it can be hard, especially when life is hard, to go within or even find the time to go within and untap the hidden gems of wisdom and our creative new ideas and ideas within us that can help us with our personal growth and transformation. So because the Sabian degree is here, some of us may find ourselves more open to being creative on this day, being more connected to the natural world around us, and seeking to uncover the hidden messages through meditation and reflection. So, digging for oil tells us that we will have to dig deep within ourselves to uncover knowledge and information about our past, especially our psychological, emotional and spiritual wounds that can be difficult to access. So some of us will get this information through dreams, others through meditation, walking in nature, listening to our favourite music, watching our favourite TV show, or whatever it is that allows you to create that safe space for you to explore the depths of your own psyche, to uncover the valuable treasures which are inner knowledge and knowing and understanding. Also, this symbol reminds us, it takes a while for the oil drill to dig deep. It's going to take a long while and effort for you, and perseverance and patience for you to go deep within yourself and to understand the information that you uncover as well. So just to be gentle with yourself, to practicing self-care, improve your self-healing and love and understanding and compassion for yourself and empathy as well. But you can uncover your personal truths and insights and delve deeper into your thoughts and emotions. And as this symbol rules the lower left penumenoid lobe of the human body, it also suggests a need to address unresolved relationship issues as well, and repressed emotions that are affecting your physical well-being, going beyond surface level understanding of your own emotions and life in general, to seek out the deeper knowledge so that you can tap the hidden potential within yourself as well. And esoterically, the lower left penumenoid lobe is associated with the release of negative emotions and thoughts, which cause stress and tension in our lives as well. So it's reminding us of the importance of maintaining our health and well-being through practices such as Tai Chi, meditation, deep breathing, going out in nature, and not just all, because it's very important, being aware of your own emotions and psychological and spiritual needs, and doing all you can to fulfill them. And after all life starts with a breath. We need to breathe to continue living on the earth plane. So the importance of this left lung is again further highlighted, as well as doing all we can to look after all aspects of our health. So we should take in exercises daily that promote the ability to breathe and exchange oxygen, such as specific meditation, such as breathwork meditation, which you can do by focusing on deep intentional breaths and focusing on the sensation of air entering and leaving your body as well as practicing regular exercise, whether that be running, walking, jumping, doing weights, doing Pilates, doing spin class, whatever it is. Regular exercise that promotes healthy lung function can also be beneficial as well. And as you explore the depths of your psyche in the world around you through artistic pursuits in nature, remember also to prioritize your physical health and well-being. And by doing this, you'll be able to fully immerse yourself in the richness of life and all that it has to offer. And this unique intersection of astrology and autonomy reminds us of the intricate and interconnected nature of the universe and every aspect of our life, and how important it is to nurture both our physical and spiritual health, and neglecting either leads to imbalance. And as I said earlier, this summer solstice is all about finding the balance within ourselves. On the collective level, this symbol reminds us of our modern society's insatiable drive for power and wealth, and the willingness to take risks, and how this can basically pollute our planet as well. And on the deeper level, oil is the product of decomposed organic matter, and the search for oil can be seen as an attempt to access the deeper layers of the collective unconscious and reawakening ancient aspects of the human psyche that we hidden, buried within us, or forgot in our modern world driven by technology. We ever forget to go out in nature, and some of us hate nature so much. We hate the natural parts of ourselves, like going to the toilet and stuff. We'd rather not do it, so we could be like robots and have more time, and even sleep. Some people dislike sleep because they see it as pointless, but really when we're sleeping, our body's healing us. And in ancient times, this digging for oil was expressed through the ceremonial magic of tribal cultures, such as the adepts of Atlantis, as well as shamans and witch doctors throughout history would use these solstice times to really tap into themselves. And modern technology has allowed us to refine these archaic powers, but there is an unavoidable side effect of this. Drilling for oil causes pollution, and causes, with all the oil in the air, it affects our ability to breathe and stuff, and increasing carbon emissions and exploitation of our natural resources as well. That does damage to our physical environment, and also our collective consciousness and our emotional and psychological well-being as well, and as well as the human consequences of using this sort of knowledge, spiritual and religious knowledge, to control and harm others. And in the same way we've used the earth's resource, which is a natural product, oil, drilling for it, and this also harmed us as well. So in all of this interconnectedness, we need to strive for balance between progress and preservation of the natural world, and we must find ways to harness our primal instincts responsibly without causing harm to ourselves, each other, or the planet. Only then can we truly evolve and transcend our limitations, both physically and spiritually. So the 6th degree of Gemini reminds us that we as a collective need to reevaluate our relationship with oil and nature in general, and find ways to balance our desire for progress with the need to preserve our planet's health as well as our own individual health as well. So this symbol reminds us that our choices have consequences for not only ourselves but the greater world around us. So as we continue to strive for progress and innovation as a collective, we must be mindful of the consequences of our actions, the damage we're doing to our planet as well. The symbol of oil represents the potential for power and wealth, and the need to balance our desires with responsibility. The summer solstice marks a time of transition and growth, urging us to reflect on our place in the world and our impact on it, giving us the opportunity to connect with deeper layers of our consciousness and take actions towards creating a more sustainable future for ourselves and the generations to come. Now I'm going to talk about what the summer solstice means for all of the 12 sun, moon and rising signs. So how I read astrology is the following readings are for all of the sun, moon and rising signs, but just imagine if you've got a lot of planets in Cancer in your chart. So you've got Uranus, Pluto there, Venus there, Mars there, for instance, then you would read about Cancer. But if your sun is in Leo, you would also read about what I've written for Leo as well. So take that in mind as well as you read these. So for those with their suns in Gemini, or who have Gemini sun, moon and rising as well, the sun will be in your first house. So this brings the ability to make new connections and increases creativity. This is a good time for you guys to network, meet new people. As Gemini is a social sign, you may feel more outgoing and willing to try new things during this time. Also, networking and socializing with others can lead to new opportunities for growth in your personal and professional life, or your spiritual development, or fitness development, or anything else. Also, you may find yourself wanting to only connect with people on a mental level and having the thirst for mental stimulation and learning new things. So some of you can take up a new hobby, enroll in a class, or focus on personal development. However, be aware that this placement of the sun being in your first house for Gemini sun, moon and risings, you can basically have scattered energy and a lack of focus. So it's important to sort of like focus on balancing the need to socialize with setting goals and working towards them, and being practical and making sure that you focus on your work as well. All in all, when the sun transits through the first house of Gemini, there can be an increased energy of enthusiasm as well. Another downside to the sun being in your first house during this transit is that it can also make you feel more restless and prone to distraction. You may need to balance your desire for adventure and exploration with your responsibilities and commitments. So the best use of this energy depends on your individual circumstances and goals, but overall it's time to embrace your curiosity and pursue personal growth and expansion. Okay, the sun is in the second house of Taurus, sun, moon and rising. There can be an increase in financial activity, and also you can feel more in sort of like ambitious at this time. So you may be more focused on security and stability and on practical matters, especially those related to money and possessions. But although you're, looking for more stability and stuff, you will be in general inclined to take more risks and pursue new avenues of income. But it's crucial to balance practicality with creativity and avoid being too overly materialistic at this time. The best use of this summer solstice for you guys is to focus on building a solid foundation for long-term financial success, while remaining cautious of overspending and, you know, becoming too sort of like greedy as well. So yeah, the sun is in the third house of Aries, sun, moon and rising, so there may be a stronger focus on communication and intellectual sort of like projects and tasks, and also gives you guys a chance to concentrate more on your goals. And this sort of increased focus allows you to dive deeper into your studies or your work or your personal hobbies. Negatively though, you may be more impulsive and argumentative. This can lead to conflicts in personal and professional relationships, as you may overstep other people's boundaries. So it's important to maintain a balanced approach to communication and avoid spreading yourself too thin, as this transit may bring up an increased interest in taking on new projects and responsibilities but without following through. So just only make sure that you start the things that you are going to finish. So yeah, the best use of this transit for you, Aries, sun, moon and rising guys, as the sun's in your third house, is just to focus on doing anything to increase your intellectual abilities, your logical reasoning skills, and also strengthen your communication skills. The sun will be in the fourth house of Pisces, sun, moon and rising, so this allows you guys to increase your spiritual and emotional awareness as well as an increasing your intuition. Pisces is a water sign and it's associated with spirituality and emotional sensitivity, so you may have more empathy towards yourself and others. So great time for the great energy to use towards the self-reflection and spiritual exploration that the summer solstice calls for you to do. Take some time to connect with your emotions and your intuition. Doing this can lead you to more personal growth and a deeper understanding of yourself. However, it's important to be mindful of being overly sensitive and not letting emotions get in the way of rational decision making. Finding a balance between emotions and rational thought can help you make the best choices in both your professional and personal life. So yeah, it's best for you guys to embrace the gift of increased intuition, but remember to stay grounded and centered as well, because the sun transiting in the fourth house of Pisces can be a time of increased spiritual awareness and emotional growth if approached with intention and self-awareness. So yeah, the sun is transiting in the fifth house of Aquarius, sun, moon and rising, so you can experience increased curiosity, creativity and vivid imagination. So it's good energy to explore new hobbies, express yourself in different ways using different sort of things and tools than you normally do. The sun being here also encourages you guys to take more risks and embrace your authenticity, especially in romantic relationships, and doing this can pave the way for personal growth and creative breakthroughs. Negatively, this can lead you to being too distracted, too restless and getting carried away with ideas, which can lead to unfinished projects and scattered energy. So the best use of this energy for you is to channel it into new creative projects, yes, and being openness, especially to meaningful relationships and productive projects, while also staying focused on the bigger picture. So don't start everything at once. The sun's in the sixth house of Capricorn, sun, moon and rising, so this can increase your focus on responsibilities and productivity as well, and you may take a more disciplined approach to your health and your work routine, which can lead you to accomplish your goals over the next 12 months if you're willing to work hard. And Capricorn's practical energy being in the sixth house inspires hard work, patience and overcoming challenges, so you may find yourself taking on extra projects or responsibilities at work, which can give you some sort of recognition or advancement. Attention to detail and follow through commitments are key for you to harness this energy during this transit, but watch out for overworking and neglecting self-care. So find a balance between work and rest, and also make sure you incorporate healthy habits into your daily routine, such as regular exercise, eating nutritious meals, doing workouts that are healthy for you, as well as having chill out time as well. So all in all, for Capricorn, sun, moon and rising, this energy with the sun being in the sixth house wants you to focus over the next 12 months of setting foundations for long-term success in all areas of your life, and doing this will require dedication, discipline and balance, but if you do that, then the world is sort of like your oyster sort of thing. For Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Risings, you can have an increase in social activities and new relationships with you guys. So this is a time when networking skills can be favoured and opportunities for socialising can be plentiful. So you may find yourself more outgoing and adventurous and naturally more attractive to others, or you may find yourself more attracted to other people than you normally are. But be cautious with this energy, as the people you're attracted to may not be as stable as they appear at first as well. So 7th house energy is all about balance, so get to know people before diving into commitments, because sometimes you can rush in before thinking. But ultimately this is a good period to expand your social circle, and this can be beneficial in the long run, as this can lead to new opportunities and experiences and growth and expansion in your social life. But make sure you take care to ensure that the relationships that you start right now or looking to deepen right now are built on solid foundation, so you do have actual things in common rather than just superficial things. So transiting Sun in the 8th house of Scorpio can bring a great understanding of power dynamics, increase intensity and depth of emotions. Also, because Scorpio energy is powerful and transformative, allowing you to tap into your internal strength and giving you the ability to handle complex situations. This can be a time when you're more open to facing your inner fears and transforming them into positive growth opportunities by doing the introspection needed. However, the intense emotions and deep psychological processes that going within yourself requires can be overwhelming. So it's important to approach this transit with a level head and seek guidance if necessary to navigate this sort of transformative energy. So seeking out therapy or focusing on self-help and stuff like that as well. So overall, the transiting Sun in the 8th house of Scorpio can be incredibly powerful for those willing to face their inner truths and embrace personal growth over the next 12 months. The transiting Sun will be in the 9th house as Libra, Sun, Moon and Rising, so this can help you to gain new understanding and a broader perspective, especially in things related to higher learning, philosophical pursuits and also travel. Some of you may travel. This can be mental travel or physical travel over the next 12 months, doing things that get you out of your comfort zone and out of your normal realm of experiences. So this can be trying new cultures, and I don't mean just like trying them and just cultural misappropriation, but researching them. If you only eat one certain type of food, you may think about eating a different type of food, engage in new philosophies and belief systems. And it's a perfect time to think about taking new courses or focusing on your spiritual advancement and using your expanding your mind to connect with new ideas and concepts that are ultimately different from yours. Although this can bring challenges, as you may find yourself struggling with making new decisions, finding yourself overwhelmed by too many choices, or by this inner pull to get out of your comfort zone. But if you're willing to stay open-minded and flexible, you can make the most of this transit and gain new insights and perspectives that can benefit you in the long run. The Sun will be in the 10th house of Virgo, Sun, Moon and Rising, so this gives you the opportunity to become more resilient to change and more disciplined in going about change as well. Also allows you to be practical and organised, to changing all the areas in your life or the things in your life that you want to do. Enhances your ability to work hard over the next 12 months and giving you the foundation to achieve your goals and succeed, especially in workplace changes or educational changes as well. So for you guys, this energy is telling you to focus on developing new skills, taking up new responsibilities, and some of you may be recognised for your work ethic over the next 12 months as well. But you need to be cautious about over networking and overworking yourself as well. As Virgo energy can lead to over perfectionism and self-criticism as well, so it's important for you guys to strike a balance between discipline and self-care and to maintain a positive outlook towards your personal growth and development and your long-term goals in general. For Leo, Sun, Moon and risings, the Sun's in your 11th house, so this can help you collaborate, cooperate more with people and increase your connection with others through self-expression and creativity. Also can help you guys, write that book or start that podcast on your own or in a group setting as well, and this can lead to you creating new friendships, networking opportunities and collaborating with like-minded individuals, because the 11th house is associated with social networks, organisations and group interaction. So this can be a great time for you to join new groups, attend as much social events over the next 12 months, and this can be a springboard for developing new friendship or romantic relationships as well. And also it's a great time for you to focus over the next 12 months putting yourself out there in a leadership role, whether that be in your career or side hustle, and sharing your ideas with others, but be mindful of ego clashes and forcing your own will on others as well, because this energy can push you out there to be a leader, but you may not have the skills yet, and you may just boss people about and be your fair coat and no knickers, meaning that you be like, I'm the boss, but you don't actually act like a boss, like you just want people to treat you like a leader without actually being one. To gain the skills to be one and let other people respect you and your efforts rather than forcing them, because over the next 12 months, if you want it, you can inspire others, build your network and showcase your talents if you do it in a humble way without forcing others to believe in whatever it is you say. Present your ideas and let them choose whether they want to follow you or not. At the time of the summer solstice, the Sun is in the 12th house of Cancer, Sun, Moon and rising, so this allows for deep inner transformation and introspection if you're open to it, because this transit can activate your individual unconscious mind and allow you to gain access to your emotional realm, bringing up deep-seated emotions related to past trauma and unresolved issues. So it can be kind of scary, and although it is scary, this transit challenges you to confront your sadder aspects of yourself, and this can lead to feelings of loneliness, isolation and depression. But although this is scary and you may want to escape, because 12th house energy is all about escaping into drugs, drink and alcohol on the negative side, but on the positive side it allows us to go deep into our spiritual awareness and psychological understanding to release emotional baggage and find inner peace and spiritual growth. So we should engage in activities that help us with this process, such as therapy, meditation, spiritual practices, creative projects and expressions and emotional healing. Doing the work of deep self-exploration and inner and subtle work can lead to a more profound understanding of yourself and the world. So in summary, astrologically, the Sun being in the 6th degree of Gemini wants us to focus on exploration and discovery, and this can manifest in different ways for different people. But ultimately, it's a time to reflect, release and set intentions for the months ahead, and by embracing the energy of the summer solstice, we can align ourselves with the rhythm of the earth and tap into the abundance of the universe. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about the rituals that we can do during the summer solstice. So a lot of people celebrate with a bonfire or creative ritual. So the bonfire represents the light and warmth of the sun, which is also at its peak during this time of year. The ritual you choose to do for yourself can be simple or as complex as you like, but the focus should be on creativity and inspiration. You can make a collage or vision board of your dreams and goals, write a letter to yourself about what you want to manifest in the next 6 months to 12 months, or even dance and sing around the bonfire with friends and family. Whatever you choose to do, make sure it feels authentic and meaningful to you. Celebrating with a bonfire and creative ritual is a beautiful way to honour the power of the sun and welcome the transformative energies of the summer solstice into your life. So now I'm just going to talk about the different things that you could choose to do. So some people also like to drum or chant or dance during the summer solstice, so they can connect with the rhythms of nature and the universe as well. Drumming in particular can help create a meditative state and promote relaxation and inner peace. On the the other hand, chanting can help focus the mind and bring about more joy and happiness, and dancing with a learner in a group can help to release any pent up energy and help you connect more with your body and your spirit. So whether you participate in these activities as part of a larger group or culture event or simply in your own backyard, they can be a powerful way to celebrate the summer solstice and connect with the season's energies. Some people also like to take some moments to step outside in nature and connect with the themes of peace and gratitude, and sit with nature, listen to nature to deepen their connection to the natural world. So this can be, going in your garden, going on a hike, if you're feeling more adventurous, going to the Amazon forest or one of the landmarks across the world like Machu Picchu or India or something like that. Whatever is calling you, some people do that. You can take notice of the flowers blooming, the birds singing, and the warm sun on your skin. These simple acts of appreciation for nature can help you tap into the deeper meaning and energy of the summer solstice. Some people also create a special space with candles and incense, and this can enhance their connection to the element of fire, which is connected to transformation and enlightenment, and the incense can represent the element of air, which is connected to mental clarity and communication. To perform this sort of candle and incense ritual, some people like to find a comfortable and quiet space indoors or outdoors and place the candles and incense throughout the area that they choose to vibe with, and focus on the flame of the candle and the scent of the incense to help you find and set your intentions for the solstice. Some people also meditate or perform other spiritual practices like tarot or just gentle dance or humming and other forms of singing, or whatever it is that floats your boat. The flame of the candles brings light and warmth, symbolizing personal illumination and growth. The incense also represents purity and harmony, helping to clear negative energy and create a sacred space. The rituals can be performed alone or with others and adapted to your own unique beliefs and preferences. Also, be cautious when working with candles and make sure you use them safely and keep them away from flammable objects and don't leave them unattended. Using a fireproof container can help you keep the area safe as well. So with proper care and intention, the creation of a special space with candles and incense can make your summer solstice experience an even more powerful and meaningful one. Some people also like to create new intentions and plant new dreams that align with their soul's purpose. So they do this by writing down their intentions on a piece of paper and then burying it in the earth. Some people burn it, as I said earlier, and by doing this they allow the energy of the solstice to infuse their dreams with the vitality and strengthen their inner resolve, as planting it just like the seed into the darkness and waiting for it to bloom into real life is also symbolic, as well as we experience the longest day and the shortest night as well. So using the light to bring the darkness and then using the darkness to sort of resurrect the sort of light as well. So that's a powerful one that you can do. And if you choose to do this one, remember you're co-creating with the universe, and when you take aligned actions towards your dreams, the universe will respond in kind. Take some time during the summer solstice to reflect on what you truly desire in life and from life, and write down your intentions with clarity and then bury them in the earth, and trust and have faith that they will come into reality if you are prepared to do the hard daily work to make it so. And as you take time to tend to your inner garden of dreams by taking daily action, remember to take care of your body and nourish it with healthy food, spend time in nature, connect with your loved ones, and allow yourself to connect with your inner self, your higher self, and to take time out to have enough rest and rejuvenation. By taking care of yourself, you create the space for your intentions to grow and thrive. Some people prefer to spend the whole day in meditation. This can be silent meditation, dancing meditation, or any other form of meditation you see fit. Meditation is a practice that has been around for thousands of years and is also known to help reduce stress, improve mental clarity and focus, and increase overall well-being. So meditating during the summer solstice can help you tap into the sun's powerful energy and use it to nourish and heal and replenish your mind, body and soul. Simply find a quiet, comfortable place to sit and focus on your breath. Try to clear your mind of any distractions and allow yourself to immerse in the present moment fully. You could also use this time in meditation to set intentions mentally for the upcoming season, or to reflect on your personal or other growth over the past year. Spending time in quiet reflection during the summer solstice can bring a sense of peace and renewal and acceptance to your life. Some people also take time to connect with the divine, whether they call this power God or the higher power, or in prayer. And doing this is recognised throughout many cultures throughout the earth to help you feel more at peace with yourself and others and with life itself. And you can talk to your higher power, releasing any psychological, emotional, spiritual burdens to the power that you believe in, and this can help you get more clarity and find your purpose in life. Some people honour the summer solstice with gratitude, so they do this by writing down the things that they're grateful for, voice recording them, and honouring the things and the people in their life as well. And for some of you, this can be gratitude for the natural world around you, or just celebrating the transformative energy of the summer solstice. Some other things you may want to do is to use crystals or herbs in your rituals. Also maybe having food and drink involved, but whatever ritual you choose, the summer solstice is a great time to focus on growth, renewal, gratitude and transformation. So yeah, the summer solstice is an important time for many cultures around the world. There's a variety of esoteric, astrological, spiritual and cultural rituals that people can perform to celebrate this occasion, whether it's lighting a bonfire, chanting mantras, setting intentions, or simply spending time in nature. There are many ways to connect with this energy. Ultimately, the most important thing to do when choosing your ritual is to listen to your intuition and choose the practice or practices that resonate with you the most to create a meaningful and transformative sort of experience for yourself, and tap into the magic of the summer solstice by embracing the abundance and the vitality of the summer season that comes after the solstice and align with the natural rhythms of the universe. So yeah, now I'm just going to talk about some questions that you can ask yourself during the summer solstice to get you to focus on what it is you need to uncover. So you can ask yourself stuff like, what am I grateful for in my life? How can I let go of the negative thoughts or emotions that I'm still holding on to? What new experiences or challenges do I want to embrace in the coming months? How can I better connect with nature and the environment around me? What areas of my life need renewal or revitalization? How can I bring more joy and playfulness into my daily routine? What relationships in my life need attention or nurturing? How can I cultivate more inner peace and a sense of calm amongst the chaos of daily life? What has been holding me back from achieving my goals, and how can I overcome these obstacles? How can I improve my physical health and well-being during this season? What creative projects or hobbies do I want to pursue in the coming months? How can I express gratitude and appreciation for the natural world around me? How can I reduce my environmental impact and live more sustainably? How can I practice mindfulness and presence more in my daily life? What self-care practices can I incorporate into my routine to promote more emotional, psychological and spiritual well-being? How can I develop deeper connections with my community and support those around me? What fears or limiting beliefs do I need to release to live a more fulfilling life? How can I honour my ancestors or cultural traditions during this time of year? What aspects of my life do I need to embrace and celebrate more fully? How can I make the most of the longer days and warmer weather to enjoy life to the fullest? Do I have any negative thoughts or emotions holding me back? What new experiences or challenges do we want to embrace in the coming months? How can I step out of my comfort zone and explore the unknown? So yeah, questions like that, or think of your own questions, can really help you to gain focus. It's important to take stock of where you are, identify growth areas and plan to move forward. Negative thoughts and emotions can be difficult to let go of, but it's essential for your mental and emotional well-being. You may also want to consider practicing mindfulness or seeking out support from a therapist or counsellor if you're struggling. In the coming months, you may want to consider embracing new experiences and challenges that can help you grow as a person. This can involve trying new hobbies, as I said earlier, travelling to new places or learning a new skill to better connect with nature, taking walks outside, visiting local parks or gardens, or even starting your own garden. Remember to take time to appreciate the natural beauty and wonder of the world around you. If any areas of your life feel stagnant or unfulfilling, consider ways to renew them. This could involve setting new goals, seeking out new opportunities at work or in your personal life, or just simply finding ways to inject more joy and fun and excitement into your daily routine. So now I will discuss more about how cultures have celebrated the summer solstice worldwide. In cultures, especially in the ancient times, the summer solstice was seen as a significant day. It was seen as a symbol of strength and power. In ancient cultures such as the Mayan, Aztec and Inca, the sun played a central role in their religion and was revered as godlike. From Stonehenge to the ancient Mayas, the summer solstice has been an important marker in spiritual and religious communities. It was believed that the sun's movement was responsible for the seasons, and the summer solstice represented the sun's triumph over darkness. Similarly, in ancient Egypt, the summer solstice marked the annual rising of the star Sirius, which was associated with the flooding of the Nile and the beginning of the year. Many cultures, including the ancient Greeks and Romans, also celebrated the summer solstice with festivals and rituals, as it was regarded as a time of renewal, abundance, and the celebration of the earth's bounties, which was seen as the fruits and vegetables and anything else that grew from the ground. So yeah, in Norse mythology, the summer solstice is associated with the falling of the goddess Sunna from the sky, and the summer solstice is also known as midsummer. And in the myth, during midsummer, Sunna falls from the sky into the arms of her waiting lover, the god of fertility, and Sunna's lover is Thor. And the rituals associated with midsummer include bonfires, feasting and dancing. The celebration of midsummer was and still believed to ensure a bountiful harvest, protection from evil spirits and good luck for the coming year. In Norse mythology, the summer solstice is closely tied to the cycle of life and death and rebirth. The falling of Sunna from the sky represents the death and rebirth of the sun as it begins its gradual descent into darkness until the winter solstice. The summer solstice is also associated with new beginnings, growth and abundance in Norse mythology, as it's the time of year when crops are ready for harvest. This myth reminds us of the importance of celebrating and honouring the power of the sun and the cycle of life that it represents. In Greek mythology, the summer solstice is celebrated as the victory of Apollo and his ascent into the heavens. According to this myth, Apollo was and is the god of music, poetry and prophecy and the sun, and he is known to represent both good and evil. And it's believed that on the day of the summer solstice he achieved his ultimate victory over the serpent known as Python, which was seen as a symbol of darkness, chaos and death. This triumph symbolises the triumph of light over darkness and of life over death and good over evil. In some cultures in South America, the summer solstice is considered a time of cleansing and purification. Although these culture-specific customs and traditions may vary, the underlying belief in South America is that the energy of the sun and the natural world is at its peak during the summer solstice, and this can be harnessed to bring positive change into people's lives. Common symbols associated with the summer solstice include sunflowers, fire, water, and yellow and gold, and these are often used to represent the sun in rituals across South America. In ancient Egypt, the summer solstice marked the annual flooding of the Nile, as I mentioned earlier, which was vital to the region's agriculture and economy, and this also signified the beginning of the Egyptian New Year, and to celebrate this occasion, the people of Egypt would make offerings to their deities, acknowledging the importance of seeking their blessings for the coming year. These offerings could be in the form of food, drinks, or other valuables, and were intended to appease the gods and ensure their continued protection and guidance. Celebrating the summer solstice was a vital part of Egyptian culture and religious beliefs, reflecting their strong connection to the natural world and the divine forces that governed it. Native American tribes celebrated the summer solstice with a variety of ceremonies, such as the sun dance, and the sun was seen as a powerful force representing life, vitality and abundance in Native American cultures as well, and many cultures, as I said, have seen it as this. And celebrations often incorporated fire, light, music and dance to honour and harness the sun's energy and power. The sun dance is a highly symbolic and spiritual ceremony that involves fasting, prayer and various forms of self-sacrifice. Participants in the sun dance around the tall pole representing the sun, and the ritual is believed to renew the cosmic balance and ensure continued life and abundance of the tribe. The sun dance is just one example of how Native American tribes still do and did recognise the celebration of the summer solstice. In ancient Maya, the summer solstice was celebrated with a 4-day festival known as Inti Raymi, Intirayim, and this festival played a significant role in the Mayans' religion and way of life as well. And the festival includes music, dance, feasting and religious ceremonies and rites performed by shamans. During the festival, the Mayan people still and they did participate in purification rituals, making offerings to the sun god, and they performed traditional dances that were believed to bring harmony to the world, and people who still do that in Maya and across the world still believe that these dances bring harmony to the world. The summer solstice was of great importance to the Maya because it was the beginning of their agricultural year, and the blessings of the sun were essential to ensure abundant harvests, and this is why Mayan people still continue to celebrate the Inti Raymi today, preserving their cultural heritage while also paying homage to the sun that sustains them. As you know, without the sun we wouldn't have growth and life. In certain black African cultures, the summer solstice is celebrated with traditional dance, music and feasting. Many African tribes have their own unique way of celebrating the summer solstice, but many of them hold traditional ceremonies to mark this special day. And the common theme throughout all the different celebrations that vary community to community is the celebration of life and the power of the sun. And traditional African dances, songs and feasting bring the community together to celebrate the importance of these occasions with joy and happiness and reverence as well. In England, the summer solstice was celebrated with bonfires and festivals, and still is celebrated this way. The way that the summer solstice is celebrated in England is rooted in the ancient Celtic celebration of Alban Helfin, which marked the longest day of the year. The English believed, and some people still believe in England, that the bonfires protect them from evil spirits and bring good fortune as well. In more recent times, people take part in large festivals, such as going to Stonehenge, where people gather to see the sunrise, and some people camp out and enjoy music and entertainers and other attractions at Stonehenge during the summer solstice and across England. And across England, the summer solstice is the celebration of England's vibrant traditions and a testament to the country's rich cultural heritage. In Canada, the National Indigenous Peoples Day is celebrated on the 21st of June, which also coincides with the summer solstice. Many ceremonies and events take place across the country to celebrate Indigenous cultures and recognise their contributions to Canada's society. In North America, the summer solstice is celebrated by various communities, including the Solstice in Times Square event in New York, where thousands of people gather to practice yoga and welcome the start of summer. Additionally, native tribes such as the Hopi celebrate the summer solstice through traditional dances and rituals to mark the beginning of the growing season. These cultural celebrations highlight the significance of the summer solstice and its importance in the lives of people from different backgrounds. So yeah, in conclusion, the summer solstice has been an important cultural and spiritual event for many civilizations worldwide and still continues to be so. The myths and symbolism around this event vary greatly, but common themes include light, fertility and abundance. Whether celebrated with feasts, bonfires or other rituals, the summer solstice has long been a time of renewal and hope. Although our understanding of the science behind the solstice has advanced, there is still something incredibly powerful about marking the longest day of the year and celebrating the warmth and growth that it brings. The esoteric and spiritual symbology of the summer solstice vary from culture to culture, but the all, as I said, include the celebration of light, life and growth. At a deeper level, the summer solstice can be seen as a reminder of the cyclical nature of life and death and rebirth. The use of bonfires and the lighting of candles is a common ritual during the summer solstice and used to honour the sun in many cultures. These rituals are believed to have originated from the ancient Celtic celebration of the solstice, where large bonfires were lit to honour the sun and its life-giving powers. The lighting of the candles symbolises the transition from darkness into light, signifying the return of longer days and shorter nights. Many cultures also associate the summer solstice with spiritual awakening and personal transformation. The use of fire and light during this time reflects the innate need for humans to connect with their primal roots and honour the natural cycles of life. Whether you honour the solstice through ritual or simply appreciate its beauty, this time of year offers an opportunity to connect with the earth's natural rhythms and tap into its spiritual energy. To sum up this whole special on the summer solstice, the summer solstice has many layers of esoteric, astrological and spiritual symbolism that can be interpreted in many ways. For some, it's the celebration of life and nature. For others, the recognition of duality and balance, or the honouring of ancient traditions and beliefs. All in all, astrologically, the summer solstice serves as a reminder of our connection to the natural world and the cycles that rule our lives, such as death, birth, rebirth. Whether you choose to celebrate this day through rituals, meditation, or simply spending time in nature, by embracing the symbolism of the summer solstice, you can understand and appreciate the world around you just that little bit more. So yes, this concludes this special on the summer solstice. Take care and thanks for listening.